Jimmy.
He said, I think we can go far if I'm there. I know anyone can go far if Steph Curry's there. Let's have some fun today, man. It's a morning show. It's here for the laughs, here for the smiles, but also here to talk some sports. Rick Bucher, you've been watching basketball longer than probably I have been alive, some could suggest. So you know best how to answer this question. How far can Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry take the Warriors?
Hey, can I really quick, can I see the jump shot for him? What's the jump shot for him? Oh, you lefty. Oh, what's
You ain't know he was lefty?
No, I did not know he was lefty.
Coach always says, know your personnel.
He would have went left on me.
I knew that slick.
Hey, that's why I kept it in my pocket. Warming up, I ain't taking any shots. Let me surprise you with that.
Hey, Slick, how far can Jimmy and Steph take the Warriors?
They can get past the Houston Rockets, but it's not going to be easy. And that's where the train ends. And it's not so much, what I love about what Jimmy is saying is that, yeah, you get them to a big spot in a big moment, these guys can still deliver. Mm-hmm. But I don't know that they have the vehicle, like where they are in their respective careers and the group that they have around them, and particularly Steph, because he's not 100%. He's clearly not 100%. When you're a shooter and you have an injury to the thumb on your shooting hand,
that's tough.
That is going to compromise you. And you see him in certain situations. He still has to gather himself. He can still knock down the three in a big shot, but like the mid-range, he's missing left and right. Like that generally doesn't happen. With a great shooter, you're missing long or short. And so his shot was questionable in some big spots last night. He came through. Jimmy came through, but I just look at the group around him. You're relying on Brandon Podziemski to give you big minutes. You got Quentin Post out there. You got Gui Santos. You got Buddy Hield, who has never been a postseason performer. I just named 4 guys who are in your rotation, and Jimmy and Steph can still do it in big moments, but I've seen Steph compromised with better teams not be able to finish the deal. And this is not a great team. So let's enjoy it for as long as we can, because they can give you some special moments, but they're going to be moments, not a run.
I think that's well said. I think the Warriors can get to the semis. They can get to the semis. There's a world in which they can get to the finals, but here's my dilemma. If the Warriors cannot punk you into playing small, the Warriors get exposed. They tried to punk the Grizzlies into playing small. Remember yesterday, even during the halftime show, it may have been Chuck or Shaq who was like, you got to get Edie off the floor. Problem, though, if you keep Edie on the floor and if Edie could become a threat, Warriors now, they surround him like ants when he gets the ball because Edie towers over everybody by 7 to 8 inches. He kicks it out to Ja. He kicks it out to Bane, Trey ball. Kicks it out to JJ, Trey ball. Edie has 17 boards. Warriors get out rebounded. And when the Warriors get out rebounded, people at home, they're 16 and 17, including the play-in game. So now the question is, who's their next opponent? You're 16 and 17 when you get out rebounded, and then the Rockets, they lead the NBA in rebounds at 48.5 per game. That, to me, spells trouble. So if the Warriors can't punk you into playing small, the Warriors have a problem. But the other thing is this. Who's going to score the next 20 points for the Warriors?
That's
what I think about.
That's the question.
Who's going to score the next 20? Beyond the 2. Because you need about 65 points between your top 3 players. Now, if Jimmy and Steph give you the 65, you don't need to worry about the third scorer. They didn't need to worry about the third scorer last night. But when Jimmy gives you 22 and Steph gives you his 28, who's going to give you the next 15? Is it going to be Podziemski? He gets scared if he misses early. If he starts 1 for 4, he's shooting 5 shots the whole game. That's just what it is. He gets scared. Who's going to give you the next 20 points? So for me, I think the Warriors can get past the Rockets. But even that's not guaranteed because who's the Rockets coach? The same Ime Udoka who saw the Warriors in 2022 NBA Finals coaching the Celtics.
And that's why I keep saying they got to get Jonathan Kaminga in the ball game. Because there's times where certain guys can't score. Podziemski, you just talked about him. We've seen a couple games and flashes where he's scoring points, 20s and et cetera. It's like, oh, do we have a third scorer like Austin Reeves? No, we don't. He's a really good young player. And then you go to Buddy Hield. I can't tell Buddy Hield's played for 9, 10 years, but my knowledge of knowing he played for Oklahoma, so I know he played for a long time. Yeah. But, dog, he makes a lot of bonehead mistakes. That's why he's not playing a lot of minutes. Who else is going to score? I keep telling people this. There's only 2 guys that go to the free throw line for the Warriors. His name is Jimmy Buckets and Jonathan Kaminga. Yeah. Why are we not playing him? We already are a small team.
So then how far can they go?
But and that's the point. I think we could we could potentially beat the Rockets, but he got to play. He had 33 points against the Rockets last time they played him, and they won. Okay, and Steph wasn't even there. And I think when you got an athletic team like the Houston Rockets, who's young, who's fast, that's running around, that's jumping, right? You need somebody that got some athletic ability the same way. And he's that difference maker. I'm not saying like he's the almighty, but when I look at our team, the way we play, like some of them layups we might be missing, those are alley-hoops. I watch time after time where Draymond Green gets the ball at the elbow and throws the alley-hoop. Him in the pick and roll with Steph Curry at the top of the key. You got him on the baseline. And I think Jerry Payton is playing well. Is he going to play like that all the time offensively? You get what I'm saying? Like, these are the question marks. And the last thing, to your point, the rebounds really didn't matter to me last night because we were up 20. I don't know if people remember. We were up 20. The reason why they came back, right, because when they were scoring, we weren't scoring. And when there's these offensive droughts where Steph maybe not be scoring or, shooting the ball well, Jimmy was tired because Jimmy was carrying the load the whole first half. He's tired. He's human. We got to have somebody, other element to score other than shooting threes. Because when you're a jump shooting team, right, you live by the three you die by. That's the little saying. But what happens when, okay, well now, hey, we're not making our threes, but we can throw it down there and get a foul. Slow this pace down a little bit. Woo. Let's get a couple buckets, slow the pace down. We don't have that unless it's Jimmy buckets. That's all I'm saying. That's why we got to play a young Jonathan Kaminga, or we won't be going far.
How far? They say all things was good just a week ago.
You know what I mean?
Just a week ago, the Warriors was in the 5th seed. We was talking about, man, who want to see the Warriors?
Correct.
Now we letting the play-in game talk us out of that? Listen, I seen Jimmy Butler take a Miami team that don't have Steph Curry, that wasn't as good as this roster, to the finals. I seen a Steph Curry who wasn't supposed to beat the Boston Celtics with that roster. Go out there and beat the Boston Celtics and win a championship. For me, you got these two dudes on the same team. I don't forget just a week ago. I remember when Jimmy Butler came over there and the Warriors wasn't good, and he came and they became one of the best teams in basketball. I think the finals, they can go to the finals because both these dudes have took their teams to the finals. Jimmy Butler has took a team on his own to the finals with a lot of free agents and late-round draft picks. And now you have Steph Curry and Draymond Green and a championship head coach and a really good bench and a really good roster. I think this team can make a push for the finals. I'm not scared of the Rockets if I'm the Warriors. I'm not. I'm not scared of the Lakers if I'm the Warriors. I'm not scared of none of these teams in the West if I'm the Warriors with Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry. I'm not. Do they have to play better and more consistent? Yes. But this team just a week ago was one of the scariest teams in basketball. That ain't changed. The players are still there. Those players are still there, and Steph and Jimmy are still there, and those two dudes can carry a team, and that is what we seen last night.
You don't think we need a little bit more?
I'm not saying I'm not worried. I'm saying
You're not scared.
I'm not scared.
Well, I'm not. I love the word. I'm not scared. I think we match with anybody, right?
Well, yes.
We got the star power with Steph, and now Jimmy. I keep telling people Jimmy's gonna come alive, right? But what about the supporting cast, though?
I do believe they need to put Kaminga in the game. I agree with you. Kaminga is one of the only guys other than Jimmy Butler that can put the ball on the ground. He's one. I know y'all say spacing and catch and shoot and all that, but even when you got spacing and catch and shoot, if you got a guy you got to run out there and he could take you off the dribble too, that's different too. And getting to the free throw line. I do think he needs to be in the game. I don't know why. I don't know what he did to you, Steve Kerr. I don't know what he did.
Yeah, he did something.
But he is one of the better athletes on the team that can help you defensively too. So you need another guy that can put the ball on the ground. Because I was watching that game yesterday. When Steph brings that ball up the basketball court, I don't know if he's doing that the whole playoffs. He's going to have to play off ball some. You need another guy that can put the ball on the basketball.
Well, right now we know they got two guys. We know they got two really good guys. They got Jimmy Butler, he had 38. They got Steph Curry, he had 37, combining for 65 points. You could suggest they're one of the best duos in basketball. But, Slick, I want you, and if we can go to the big board, because I need you to show me, based upon watching that game, who are your top 5 duos in the NBA right now? Where does Steph and Jimmy Butler rank? Where does the LeBron and Luka rank? Like, give me your top 5 duos in basketball at this present moment.
Well, this is so tough because we've got duos that have already demonstrated what they're capable of doing. And then we have duos that look like they're on the come, that they are about to show us what they're going to do. So let's start at number 5 with the ones that have the most potential but have the most to prove. And that's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Jalen Williams. Again, one of the elements for me is, how do the two pieces work together? Do they give me inside-outside? Do they give me two-way? Obviously, this is a backcourt, right? But they do play two ways, and they had a tremendous regular season. So I think they're on the way, but they still have something to prove.
Okay.
Number 4, I got to go with Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler. Again, This duo has demonstrated that they can be big in big moments individually. As a team, all right, so they got us into the playoffs. What can they do at the next step? They need to prove to me that they can carry a team, particularly the group that is around them. But again, they work well off of each other, not necessarily both two-way players.
Got it?
Number 3, that's where we get to Luka Doncic and LeBron James. I know we're very excited about them in terms of what they do.
Yeah.
But again, we've seen them individually do great things. In the postseason, when one or the other is going to be hunted defensively, is their offense and their ability to play off of each other going to be good enough to carry the entire team and compensate for the fact that defensively we have some questions?
Okay.
All right? Number 2, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. All right? Again, the reason I'm going to go here is because two-way players, I don't like the fact that they're kind of in the same position. We don't give you so much inside-outside. But these guys have demonstrated that they can win a championship. All right? Like, they've demonstrated that they can lead a team to a championship, so I have to put them there.
Going Jamal Murray, Jokic, where we at 1?
Got to go Jokic and Murray. Again, if Murray is healthy, but what I love about this more so almost than any of these others is I've got the inside-outside, all right? I've got the ability to play off of each other seamlessly, and they've demonstrated that they can do that at a championship level. Probably the next duo would be these guys in terms of what they've demonstrated, how they can play off of each other. Now that LeBron is really playing as a power position player and Luka's operating from the top, I like that combination. But that's what I have to have in my duos. You got to give me the inside-outside game.
Incredibly well said. Let's head back to the desk because I want to hear Shady's top duos. I want to hear James Jones's top duos. Obviously, there are no wrong answers, just some answers that one would suggest are more right than the others. Shady McCoy, your top duo in the playoffs right now.
Yeah, Slick. I'm thinking like, before I even give my take, Slick, it's because Jaylen Brown is injured. Is that why he's not on that top number 1? I'm just trying to figure this thing out. No? Because the one thing I learned, defending champs is defending champs, right? And last year, I know that thing worked for them boys last year. Did it not? They spanked on Luka and them. Bop, 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 bop. And they're not number 1? I don't even like the Celtics. But I got to get some respect when they earn it. Them boys together, Tatum and Jaylen Brown?
What were they doing before you added Kristaps Porzingis and Drew Holiday and Derek White?
Oh, we can't take
We can't. Hold up. Slick. Seriously, though.
Jokic and Murray and them got a good team.
But wait.
But y'all have the chance to make your list. This isn't what's wrong with Slick's list. Let's get your answers as well.
Well, I mean, I'm trying, but I got to get some clarity with with the expert
fine.
here.
Hey,
so
I'm happy to give it.
We're not going to the role players, dog. We're not doing that. Everybody here has some role players that helped out with the duel. We talk about the duel.
But some,
and when I watch them play,
help more than others.
However that works. When I watch them play, they both play defense, correct?
Yes,
they both can score, correct?
Yes, they can.
And the last time I checked, they are both champions.
So they're your number 1.
Yeah, I'm getting there. Yeah.
Are Murray and Jokic not champions?
They were. They a couple years ago. And another thing is this. Hold up. We didn't argue who was the Finals MVP with them dudes, did we? We knew Jokic is the number 1. We just with the Celtics is question marks because Jaden played so well.
Oh.
And so does Tatum play so well. So them guys is my number 1. I'm going them number 1. I'm going.
We just need your number 1.
Oh, okay. Because you had me tripping for a second.
You know what?
You wasn't
I
even
will say
going. It
this.
sounded like you wasn't even going to have Jokic at number 2. You forgot to say.
Yeah. Because we trying to find Mary. I mean, we still looking for him.
Jay, who's your top duo?
I'm Slick. I was confused, man. I thought this was unanimous.
Oh, you too?
Yeah, I thought this was going to be JB and JT. You got two of the best two-way players on the same team. And I understand roster-wise what they have, but these dudes play defense and these dudes play offense at a very, very high clip. And at any point in the moment, each one of them can take the game over. I don't know, especially watching them last year, I don't know how you go past JT and JB at number 1. Two of the best two-way players in the game of basketball on the same team. They can lock down on the best player. They both rebound. They both pass. I mean, this should be unanimous.
No, I took a far left answer. But again, I'm concerned about JB's injury, but I'm not here to argue with y'all. Y'all are right? So I'm not here to dispute. But the duo I'm most intrigued by right now, and I wouldn't even call them a duo, but the two players that I believe are playing the best right now on their team, Kawhi Leonard and Zubac. Like, interestingly enough, I think Kawhi Leonard's playing like a top 3 player in basketball right now. and Zubac has given you 20 and 15. Since March, they're averaging 46 and 20 collectively between those two players. Now, Slick brought up a good point pre-show. Like, I don't know if you can suggest. Go ahead.
Top duo in the NBA playoffs. Because sometimes, like when you're hosting a show, you may not like hear the question.
You got a lot of responsibility. You got a lot of responsibility, dog.
Hey, listen, here in the facility, this next top, we are talking top duo in the NBA
like top
playoffs,
players,
right?
yeah.
I'm gonna start off with you, Emmanuel Acho. Who is the top duo?
Yeah, top
in
player,
the
yeah.
NBA
I don't
playoffs?
suggest they're a duo because they don't play
Okay,
off
so
of
they're
each
out.
other. But when I think about the two players on a team right now that I think are playing the best offensively, defensively, and when you consider the health of it all, I'm putting those two in the equation. I mean, they're averaging like 50 and 20 collectively, and I think that Zubac is being slept on as a big. He's a formidable threat offensively and defensively. Now, I'm not going to dispute, like, I'm not here to argue, right? It's a different conversation, different show. JB and JT are a unanimous, easy answer. We know what they can give you offensively, defensively, defending champs. If JB is healthy, though, I do question the injuries, especially if you're getting a knee injection. That's never a good thing. Not going to question them. You could say LeBron and Luka. I'm not mad at that answer at all, though I do believe defensively they might be a liability. I think that Kawhi Leonard is getting slept on right now. I'm going to say that for the entirety of the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that because, again, it goes to the inside-outside element. Like Kawhi and Zubac give you two completely different things. You guys are looking at Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum and saying, look, they play both ways, they can do all of this, but they duplicate each other. And ultimately, for a duo, the most effective duo is Kobe Shaq. I mean, you can go down the line. They're always an inside-outside dynamic there, and that's the difference. Look, you could make a case, well, why aren't Shea and Jalen higher, considering what they did? They led the team with the best record in the regular season.
But we know why looking at them duos, though.
Why?
My man, Jay Williams ain't on the level of any of these other number twos, in my humble opinion.
This year?
Well, you could go off 1 year, but if we talking Jimmy Buckets, we talking Luka, and we talking JB or JT as your number two, to me, that's not even close. And all due respect to the year he had, but if we talking about in the playoffs, out of this whole list, he's the last one you're going to take.
Because of what they've done.
Historically.
Because of historically what they've done.
Because that matters, though, right?
Understood.
Okay.
So
and that's why you got him at 5, I'm assuming.
that is correct. No, that's correct. But that's built on all of this. And that's why with JB and JT, like, yes, they won it. They're the defending champs. But historically, how much have they done?
Hey, Slick, can I ask you a quick question before we move off? So if I ask you, out of these duos, right, who'd you depend on the most out of the two duos? Not two duos, but the duos up here, who would you depend on the most? If you had to have to win a championship, you need it. Who would you go to? Because not who's playing the best, but who would you go to? It'd probably be who?
I'm going to stay with my number
I'd
one.
probably go Jokic, Murray.
Okay.
Y'all would go JT, JB?
I mean, I just look at, like, I watch them two dudes do it on both sides of the court.
I get that.
I watch them two dudes, like, I watch them do it without the other one. So if JT had to get a break, okay, cool, I got it. Okay, JB need a break, I got it. Was Jokic in
I've seen that happen, though.
Jamal Murray, though? I mean, like, even to this day, we still question Jamal Murray. Are they not?
Not in the playoffs.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, we've seen, I would suggest that everything, now Shady's right, defensively, what JT and JB do, that's unparalleled collectively. But we've seen Jamal Murray go for 45 back-to-back games in the playoffs.
So real quick, so if Jokic gets in foul trouble, you still think he's going to carry them boys, huh?
I think Jamal Murray could carry him for 2-3 quarters. He carried him for a game.
Also,
like we saw what Jamal Murray did.
I mean,
Remember what Jamal Murray did against the Lakers the year they made it to the championship? Jamal Murray, I think, had 28 points in the first half alone, and it was blouses.
But I'm saying today, and I get all that. A couple years ago, because they won championship, and you can't take that away, right? But today, I don't see that. I don't see him, if Jokic goes to the bench with a broken shoelace and he misses a quarter or two, I don't think he can carry a load. But I do know this. If them Celtics, if JT or JB go out, the other one can carry the load.
He can, but it's also because of what they have around them. You know what? This is what I can't get past in seeing them win the championship last year, which was the impact that Kristaps Porzingis had on those first two games. Him coming out and playing and the way that he played and the emotional lift that he gave them, to me, was such a difference maker in winning that series that I just can't. It wasn't JT. It wasn't JB. Yeah, they closed the deal, and they were the most consistent players, without question, over the course of that series. But the most important player leading into that series, who flipped our belief
What series?
and what was going to happen in the finals against the Dallas Mavericks.
Gotta take it to break. What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.